The word cooperate, I'm definitely partially allergic to that, which means unless you do whatever we ask you to, you are going to be here until your teeth and your hair are the same color. And our methodology of how we're talking is going to change. They were clear about that. I didn't believe
There was a threat of violence.
Yes. In the solitary cell, I started assessing my situation, and I started developing strategy, and I developed some idea of where I am. I looked at the scratches that the prisoners leave on the wall. The least that I saw was about 3. The most that I saw was 32. The cluster, the mode kind of, that's a geeky MBA side of me, was around 2 weeks. So I figured, okay, I'm probably going to be in this situation for 2 weeks, most a month, and then they're going to take me to a less horrible room. I was in that room for 2 months, and then overall about 8 months of solitary confinement.
So you thought 2 weeks, but you were 8 months all in all?
Of solitary confinement, yes. I assumed that because I'm a hostage and I have value, they will not harm me. Unfortunately, that assumption was proven wrong. And
what did they do?
You know, I gotta tell you that the physical part of what they do isn't, it's not like they're pulling your nail, but you're blindfolded, and unfortunately the thugs are as bad as their job as everyone else in that rocking system. I believe they don't mean to harm you as much as they do, but they don't understand simple things like when you toss a person who is blindfolded, I don't know that's a wall in front of me and I'm going to go face first into it, or I don't know there's a staircase and I'm going to go rolling down. So I did, yes, both of those things happened. There were that part still you could endure, but not day after day after day nonstop. There was a lot of humiliation that I'm not comfortable talking about, and I mean unutterable, because it had a profound effect on me. It's just, I still haven't even gotten to talking about it fully in therapy. It's just, they humiliate you. And they always do this while you're blindfolded. They're that cowardly.
So you saw your mom a visit after,
Yes.
after a period of solitary, when you first or second got to see her, and they told you what to tell her or not to tell her?
I saw my mom the first time after 6 weeks of solitary. This was right before they started beating me. And the poor woman, the first time she saw me, she didn't recognize me. I looked like Saddam when they pulled him out of the hole. I had long beard. And I mean, at the distance we're standing, I remember her eyes, wondering, looking for me. And then she realized it's me, and I remember her sobbing. And I remember trying to make her laugh by telling her I look like Saddam. They had actually given her a visit, just told her that they're about to execute me. This is going to be the last meeting unless she gets me to agree to do a confession. Right. The second time, then they started a period of several weeks of the beatings started, and again, I want to emphasize it. The beatings are nothing you can't handle if it's a one-off thing. If they do it repeatedly and with a humiliating factor, in those circumstances, it's much scarier than I could tell you, especially when I know people like